Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Enigmatica 2 Expert. Now, I know I've still got a little bit of an echo going on. I've done about the best I can do with my current situation. I've got some blankets up around the desk, and then in addition I have also hung some blankets from the ceiling fans in the living room. So hopefully the echo's a little bit better now. A little bit more bearable. I noticed in my test recordings, like, I can still hear it, but it doesn't bother me as much. It's not as strong of an echo. Okay, so today, first up, before we get started, I'm going to just walk you through the base. I've done a few things. Of course, I am in the middle of a move, so I haven't done as much building as I would like to, but I have been working around in here a bit, adding ceilings and railings and all that stuff around through here. Also, a little bit of windows. I'm still debating. I like the oak as kind of an accent color, but I'm not sold on the windows just yet. Though I may add like some mullions and stuff to it. We'll see. And then if you come up here, I have brought this up a little bit less up through here. Basically just getting stairs in and some stuff like that. Let's head back down. Most of my work has been centered around this area since the last episode. And then if we head down right here, we come down into the kitchen, and I started adding some walls here. We're going to do a window here that runs along the back. I may do a little bit of reorganizing, but I did get the wood put in over there and over here as well. Also up through here, where you kind of enter down into this little tavern area. And then some stairs here. This right here, I'm probably not going to keep it. I was thinking I wanted a ramp here, but I actually don't think that I do. So that's probably going to get changed out with stairs. And then I've also been clearing out a little bit of that up there. All this stone, of course, is just temporary to make it a little bit easier for me building. And then I've started adding in this over here. Just another little planter area. This one's going to be slightly different than the others. It's not going to have any exits. And it's going to be a little bit different. And then I added sooty marble up there to add kind of a ceiling to this, since it's not going to have like a proper ceiling like well above the structure like over there will have. And I've also put some plants out here. Now you'll notice that my hearts are lower than they were. I'm down to yellow and green hearts. So basically what happened was Buddy on the Patreon server had some issues with his food list. I tried to reset it for him. And for whatever reason, the command that resets it reset my food list. Even though I put his name in there, it reset mine. When it first happened, it still said that I'd ate all those foods, but my hearts got dropped down. So I tried using the cyclic heart containers to fix it, and I popped like, I think 2 of those, and then I couldn't pop them anymore because I think it's a limit of 10, and I popped about 8 so far. They are craftable. They're not terribly expensive in truth. Requiring a cake, golden apple, and a block of emerald. Of course, I've got tons of emerald. But all in all, it's super cheap to craft these. But I did consume 2 of them that I did not get because I was thinking I could fix my hearts because it still said that I'd ate like about 400 foods. Well, it didn't work because I capped out on those. Which is kind of sad because I just hit full purple hearts. I was completely purple hearted out. And then it dropped me back down to orange and yellow hearts. So I've been eating food and trying to get it all fixed back now. I've been eating ingredients so far. So anyways, that's why my food is down. Luckily we have food automated and kitchen automated and all that stuff. So it's not really a big concern. I mean, I can get it back. It's just going to take a little bit of time. And I do have a bunch of foods in here. These were actually ones I had just crafted up to try to push forward to, I think it's the first white heart, and then that happened. So anyways, back in here I've added a little pond area. This has our water traps in it right now. You can see I haven't eaten any of these things. That actually, by the way, it didn't start showing that I haven't eaten stuff until after I relogged, because I relogged trying to fix it, and then that's when it actually that's when it started displaying that I hadn't eaten like any foods. So I don't know that we're going to have our water traps automated here because I think it's going to look kind of ugly when we actually automate them if I put them in this type of situation. So I think I'm going to do something a little bit different for that. And then out here, this is actually going to lead to our ground traps setup, which I'm working on building towards that. And then I'm thinking right back here, we'll probably automate our water traps. So we'll have water traps and ground traps automated back in here. And then I've got to build one more of these little planter areas. And I actually think it's going to be around, well, no, I can't do it around the ground trap area. I don't know. I'll figure. Originally, I was thinking about putting it where the ground trap area is, but then it was like, oh yeah, wait, I can't do that. So I haven't decided for sure. I haven't decided for sure now where I'm going to put that, but we are going to have one more planter section. So anyways, what we're going to be doing today is I want to fix all of this. This huge just gash that runs through my base of conduits. You know, we have item conduits from Ender.io. We have fluid conduits from Ender.io as well. And then we also have our insulated copper cables. All of this stuff needs to get fixed. It really, really does. So we're going to be working on conduits today. I know it's not the most exciting thing for a lot of people, but we do have a couple different types of conduits we need to cover and get going, and I didn't want to do it off camera and just be like, oh look, I did conduits through everything, or not conduits, facades through everything, and just be like, surprise, you know, because it's a little bit more involved within this pack to get that stuff up and going. And let me take a food break. Let me run down there and get some food. I'm trying to just eat stuff that I haven't eaten before. But yeah, I'm almost up to full green hearts, and then I got to go all the way up through full blue hearts, then through full purple hearts, and then I'll be back to where I was. So a few hundred foods left before I'll have the hearts that I had. Kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. So anyways, there's two types of facades that we're going to have to do. We're going to have to do the industrial craft facades. We're also going to have to do the Ender.io facades. So let's start with probably the easier of the two, the quicker of the two. We're going to start with the Ender.io facades. And to do this, we are going to need to make ourselves a painting machine. Now to do this, we are going to need a couple of these Infinity Biometal gears, which do require the new Grains of Infinity. However, these things can come from chests, from dungeons, and I was looking, and it just so happens that I have two of these right here. Let's go ahead and grab those. And then we're also going to need to get ourselves a couple pieces of nether quartz as well as a diamond. Okay, and then we are going to need to make some new alloys. So I've got the stuff here. I've been running, I got some silicon made up. We're going to go ahead and make ourselves, oh yeah, I'm going to have to, oh, I forgot about that. Let me pull this up real quick. Let's move the alloy furnace over to here. Let me get our hammer out. And we'll say output, alloy furnace. Okay, let's go ahead and get ourselves, I'm probably going to make these one at a time. Just to hopefully make this a little bit less painless. There we go. Okay, so there's 3 electrical steel. We're going to need that. And then we're going to have to make a tough alloy for the machine chassis itself. Now this requires lead, steel, also a tough alloy. Now technically you could make this with... I think you could probably melt down the armor. Maybe not. Maybe not. Because the mobs can drop tough alloy armor. But we can make this fairly easily using a combination of... did I not grab... because I'm going to have to make ferro-boron alloy and combine it with lithium. And ferro-boron is boron and steel. And I didn't grab any boron. Okay. Let me go grab a little bit of that real quick. By the way, I did set this up so it's running like lithium, thorium, boron. Then we've also got tiny piles of uranium-235 and 238 in here as well. 17, almost 18 stacks of 238. We're going to be using that here very soon because we're going to start getting into reactors here soon. And from reactors, like I said, we're basically bouncing between, of course, IC2, Harvestcraft, and Fire and Ice. And the next stages of IC2 is going to be upgrading to the HV power and then working into mass fabs, recyclers, also nuclear reactors, scanners, replicators, Iridium, basically knocking out all of this stuff. CF sprayer's way down there. We're actually going to be completing CF sprayer today, but it looks like we are not going to be completing the quest today. Okay, so if we take a piece of steel and run it together with boron... There we go. We got 2 ferroboron alloys, and then throw that in there with lithium, and we get 2 tough alloy. Okay, so that is all of that. And that should be everything that we need now to make our machine chassis, POW, and then our painting machine, POW. Okay. And I wonder if there's actually a quest for this down the road. I'm sure there is one for the painting machine. Yeah, right there. That's fine. We'll get into that later. And we'll just go ahead and put that back. And actually, let me actually steal both of these Spectre coils for right now. Okay, so we're going to set up our painting machine. I guess we'll put it over here with all of our other RF-based machines. And we're going to pop our Spectre coils on there, give it a little bit of power, and then we're going to have to get a capacitor. This is a new feature from new Ender.io. For the 1.12 version of Ender.io. There is some really nice features that were added with Ender.io in 1.12, you know, in the newer versions. And so basically we're going to have to need any kind of capacitor. And I'm going to go with, well, I guess it doesn't matter right now. We'll just grab this one. We'll be fine. I've got some more around here. I've got some really good ones somewhere, but we'll take this one. This will be alright. It actually could possibly be in the machine parts, but I think I think I cleared all those out. Anyways, we're going to take our capacitor, drop it right into there, and that's going to start getting some power. And you can see with this capacitor, it has 878,000 RF storage, which is pretty good. Of course, these capacitors, you can look them up on Google to see exactly what they do fairly easily, but we're just going to toss a random one in here. It's not terribly important. And then let's get ourselves some facades. We're going to need these right here, which require a bunch of conduit binder. I have some of that lying around somewhere. I just got to find it. I think it's still actually in the furnaces. Yeah, there's some right here. Okay, and this is actually going to take. It's going to take a lot of this. Okay. Yeah, I'll work on this off camera a bit. And we're going to start with. Do we want to start with the Arcane Stone? Maybe I've got that right here. We'll grab a piece of that. Toss it into our painting machine. We'll toss our facades in, and there we go. There is our conduit facades. And then we can just go through and, of course, right-click these on here and hide away our conduits. And then if we ever want to see where our conduits are, of course, we can just take our Yeta wrench, and there we go. You can see that they're hidden down underneath the floor there. Okay, and I'm going to have to get a bunch of conduit binder going. There we go. Okay, so there is a bunch of conduit binder composite. And because we're going to be making a lot of these facades and a lot of conduits and things like that as we go. And at least now I can walk across the floor without falling in every time I go through. And we'll just toss that stuff in there and get that smelting. Honestly, with the induction furnace, it'll go pretty quick. Okay. And I'll be working on these a bit, you know, between cuts and off camera and whatnot. So trying to get our place all sorted so we don't have that huge just... Because I think the place was looking okay, and then we got that huge gash running through there, so it's not looking so good anymore. But hopefully we'll get that fixed. Now that we've got our facades, it shouldn't be too bad. So, oh, they're just kind of expensive. Not really expensive, but the costs add up pretty quick, I guess. So. Okay, and the next facade that we're going to need to get today is we need to start getting into CF spray. You know, I mentioned it a few episodes. Well, actually, I've been mentioning it for a bit. We need to start getting into CF spray. And there's a couple things that we're going to need. First up, we're going to need to get ourselves a CF sprayer. This stuff has to be loaded into... we're going to need to load this thing down with some CF spray. So I've got... right here, I've got some 10 item casings. Let's toss these right into there. Let's get ourselves a universal fluid cell. And we'll get our CF sprayer. Not very expensive. And like I said, there is a quest for this right down here. We'll get it, you know, once we go through HV and EV power, we'll get that. We may actually try to knock that out today. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, actually, we will probably knock that out today as well, just to get it out of the way, because I do want to make the upgrade, because we're going to start getting into some quantum gear here soon, at least our first few pieces of it. We'll get into more as time goes on, but, well, basically just the legs is all I can really make at the moment. But we got our CF sprayer. Now we're also going to need to get ourselves a fluid solid canning machine. Of course, we've made these in the past. 10 item casings, basic control circuit, and basic machine frame. Not a problem. Let me get... grab that. And I should have everything else that we're going to need right in here. So there we go. Fluid solid canning machine. And I'm going to grab one of these transformer upgrades because I did pull all the transformer upgrades out of over there. Since we didn't actually need them, I went ahead and pulled those out. So let's pull up this right here. And we'll put our fluid solid canning right there. Toss our transformer in right there. And reconnect the power. Okay, now if you take a look at the CF spray, that's what we're going to need to make. Or the CF powder, I mean. This is stone dust, clay, and sand, which we should have plenty of. I'm going to go ahead and make like a stack of this. And actually, I guess I should get more fluid conduits. I've got 4 right here. Yeah, let me go ahead and make just a few more of these. Because I'm just going to run the water over from our sink to our fluid solid canning machine. Because this CF powder, we are going to be running it through with a little bit of water to make our construction foam. And so that's what I want to do. Let's go ahead and set this to, we want fluid enriched tanker sail. Then we'll go ahead and attach our fluid conduit right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring this around behind this conduit line. Now, of course, if we had ender level conduits, we wouldn't have to do all of this because they can transport multiple liquids at once. But we just have the basic fluid conduits. So there we go. We got that ran. Let's go ahead and grab our Yeta wrench, and then we'll just take and connect that over like that. Okay, so we should be getting water into our fluid solid canning machine now. Take a look, and there we go. It's starting to fill up. Great. And we're getting ourselves a decent little stockpile of conduit binder. Okay, so now our CF powder is what we need. Now this stuff is, of course, stone dust, clay, and sand. Let me go grab that stuff real quick. And I think we'll go ahead and shoot for a stack for right now. So stone dust, we've got 64 stacks. Alright, sounds good. We should always have pretty much as much stone dust as we need. Because, of course, we're producing a lot of it at the moment. Alright, so the clay, sand. Let's go ahead and get our CF powder. There we go. And there is a full stack of it. Now, each one of these makes 1,000 millibuckets of CF spray. So a stack is going to last us for a little while. And then we're just going to toss this into here. And there we go. It's going to start running and it's going to start filling up with construction foam. Okay, and then we're going to take our CF sprayer. And we're going to drop it into here. And it's going to slowly run. And it's going to take that, that construction foam. And it's going to fill it up. There we go. Now, yeah, it's actually, I can change this over. Let me see. Let's set this to fill cell from tank. And we're going to go ahead and switch tanks so our construction foam is on the left. Then if we take and drop our CF sprayer into there, it's going to take this foam that we created. And it's going to fill that, that CF sprayer up. Okay, so we'll give it just a second here. And, pow, there we go. 8,000 millibuckets. And then all we need to do is switch our tanks back and set it back to fluid enrich. And it's going to start running again. Okay, so then we're going to go through with our CF sprayer, and we're just going to right-click our copper cables, and there we go. You can see it used 1,000 millibuckets, and it covered all those copper cables right there. Which this one right here, I'm actually going to leave that one uncovered for right now. Because I haven't decided if I'm even going to have it covered, if I'm going to have something sitting there, or if I'm going to have that be a wall. I'm not for sure yet, so I'm going to leave that as is. And then right here we need to cover up these, and I think that's all the cables that are visible right here. Now over here I've got some more. I'm actually not going to place it here just yet because I'm going to need to place another machine there, which will probably get a transformer upgrade, so I'm going to wait to place it on that for the time being. And we'll just take our CF sprayer, we'll drop it in there. We'll let it fill up from this. That'll be fine. Okay, so then what we're going to do, because now we've got this construction foam, and it's not the prettiest thing to look at. You can give this time to harden if you want. It takes a little bit of time, not a super amount of time. But another thing that you can do is you can take a little bit of sand. I'm probably not gonna use sand on all of these. I just want to show you that you can do this. And what we can do is we can take and just right click it with sand, and it'll instantly harden into the hardened construction foam. And it kind of has like a stone block texture, which isn't very pretty next to our arcane stone blocks. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to craft ourselves an obscurator. This right here. And I think we crafted, no, we didn't craft one of these. We crafted something else before. But we need to get an obscurator. So for this, we're going to need an advanced RE battery, bronze item casings, insulated copper cables, sulfur, and lead, pulverized lead. Okay, give me just a second here. Okay, so I think I've got everything together that we're going to need for this. So advanced circuit, there's that. And then the advanced RE battery, I need two of these. There we go. Advanced RE battery, there's that. And then the obscurator, there is that. Awesome. And then we'll just take this over to the MFE, drop it in. It's going to get charged decently quickly. It does have 100,000 EU storage. So it does actually store up quite a bit, but it's not even going to scratch our MFE. I feel like we should maybe make the move to MFSU this episode. We'll see. Maybe. Maybe so. Okay, so here's our obscurator. And then all we need to do is we can come over here. Okay, I've got this construction foam. This stuff is still hardening at the moment. That one has hardened. If we shift right click right there, you can see on the obscurator screen there, you can see Greatwood planks. We can just right click. There we go. Now we have Greatwood planks, even though that's still a construction foam wall with a cable running through the middle of it. And then over here we need to do shift right click. You can see it actually consumes a bit of power every time that we shift right click to change it. So just a heads up. And we'll just bring this out. And you can see I can't do it on these. I've got to wait for these to harden. Not a big deal. We'll just let that harden. And for now, we'll drop the obscurator back in there and just let it charge up. Okay, so we've got all of our facades being taken care of now. You know, we'll just have to work on it. Just have to work on facading all of these. Give me just a second. I'm going to cut for a little bit. I might get the stuff together to make the push into the MFSU, because it's really just an advanced circuit. We're going to need an MFE, which we can just pull up the one that we've got. Advanced machine casing, which of course we've made plenty of these. Then we're going to need some Lapotron crystals, which are more advanced circuits. Energy crystal, which we've made. And then some lapis dust. So they're not terribly expensive, but we are going to need 6 of them per MFSU. But I may get that stuff together. So I'll be back here in a bit once I do a bit more facades. Okay, that took a bit. Because I need a lot of advanced circuits. I need a whole bunch of them. I needed 13 altogether. But there is... Dun, dun, dun. There we go. There is our 12 other advanced circuits. Okay. So we've got those. And then I've got the lapis dust that we need to upgrade the Iridium to Lapotron crystals. We've got that down here. And you can see I've facaded most everything. I've been waiting for this stuff to dry. It's taken forever. Of course, it's all chance. And then I've noticed that the trick for rotating these no longer works. Because I've got like a log. It might work with oak logs. Maybe it's just not registering the Greatwood log. I'm going to have to see if I can figure out something. If you guys have any idea on how I can make these stand up straight. But I can't rotate them with a Yeta wrench. Used to, you could rotate it with that. But it's not working. So I'm going to have to figure out something, or push the conduits back so that they're hidden through some other block, or I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out something for those. But anyways, we can take our energy crystals and we can upgrade these now to Lapotron. There we go. There's 6 of those. And then we can finally craft our MFSU. Let's go ahead and grab our MFE. There we go. And the MFSU. There we go. Power tier of 4. Awesome. And I'm going to go ahead and place this down right there. And it's going to start building up on power. It did wipe all the power. I probably should have charged up my nanosuit stuff before I did that. But that's okay. That's okay. So anyways, this stuff's going to charge up. And then we also, there's a quest, right, for the MFSU. Oh, it didn't detect it. I'm going to have to pick it back up. Okay. Let me grab that. Okay, now it's detected. There we go. And then we need 3 times insulated HV cables, 6 of those. So let's pull that up real quick. 3 times insulated. We're going to need to get some HV cable, which is iron ran through the metal former. You get 4 of them when you have it running as extruding. And actually, I'm going to have to go get some more rubber as well, because we need 3 pieces of rubber per each of these. So let's go ahead and get that running, and let me go get just a little bit more rubber. Oh wait, quest complete HV. I guess I didn't need the 3 times insulated, because I got some rubber running through the extractor, but whenever I pulled this out, it just counted it. So I'll take it. I will definitely take it. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves our loot chest. There we go. And then there's a quest here for EV. We need to get 20 glass fiber cable. Which glass fiber cable? Let's take a look at that. Is it standard recipe in this pack? Yeah, I think so. Pulverized silver. Or no? I think that's a little bit different. It's been a while. But I know it takes the Iridium dust. I just don't remember if it took the silver or not. That's fine. It's cheap. Let's go ahead and we're going to need a little bit of diamonds. Which actually I have some diamonds down there. I just can't remember how much. And then we're going to need to get ourselves... how many did the quest want us to make? 20? Okay. So I get 4 pieces of silver. Go ahead and get 24 pieces of glass. Loot. And we'll wait to open our loot chest until we finish this quest and the next quest as well. So let's go ahead and get this stuff running through the macerator. We'll get the diamonds macerated first. And our rubber's done. Okay. It's a lot. It was a lot to craft all those circuits. I actually crafted 2 extra, but I just crafted what I could, you know. Actually, I've got diamond dust right here. And then we'll get the silver macerating. Our Iridium dust, let's go ahead and grab that. And I'm going to have 1 left over that I don't need for this, so I'll just put that away into there. And while we're at it, there's another quest here that's kind of cleanup, the Kinetic Generator. I don't actually have any plans at the moment for the Kinetic Generator. That's not to say that I won't eventually use it, but I want to go ahead and make one of these. So we're going to need 6 iron item casings, a generator, electric motor, and an iron shaft, which can be made with just a block of iron. So let's go ahead and, let's see, let me get that stuff together real quick. Okay, our glass fiber cable, we're ready to make that. Let's go ahead and get, there's 24 of those. And quest complete, let's go ahead and get a loot chest. There we go. And then there's a quest here for the CF sprayer, we've already done that. Let's go ahead and get the loot chest. And we'll claim that. There we go. Just knocking out quests here. And let's see, is this stuff, it's pretty well done. Let's go ahead and get 2 of these coils and our electric motor, and then we just need our 6 iron item casings. And then we can get our Kinetic Generator. There we go. And quest complete, Kinetic Generator. And we'll grab a loot chest. Claim. There we go. Okay, so all that we have left really, I mean the electric jetpack we can do once we go to the end, but really it's mainly just this line, which is all replication and scanning and mass fab and all that. And then nuclear, which is all this is going to tie together in probably 2 episodes covering all of this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and this Kinetic Generator, I'm just going to put that away. I don't need that right this second. Like I said, we might end up using it for something at some point, but not right now. I don't have any use for it. Okay, so we got 4 loot chests. Let's do this. We got, first up, 8 pineapple hams. Of course, I'm going to get food, which is, I guess it's fine. I need food right now. And then we got a cow in a jar. Okay. We'll take it. And then we got 64 light blue concrete from Chisel. And then lastly, we got a cooking table, which I have no real use for at all. awesome. Them's the best rewards ever. Now, before we end out the episode, there's one last thing that I want to make. That is, I want to make our very first piece of quantum armor. The quantum suit leggings. Now, I'm going to have to get, I think I've actually ran out of advanced alloy. I had a bunch of this, but I think I've used all of it now. Yeah, I have. So give me just a second. I'm going to get some advanced alloy made up. And then we are going to need Flux Infused leggings and a couple more of these Lapotron crystals. The Flux Infused leggings, the reason I'm starting with the quantum legs is because, like, you can actually get quantum armor. You can also get Flux Infused armor from mobs. The only piece I've gotten so far, since I haven't set up our zombie spawners yet, I have gotten Flux Infused legs from a drop. So we're going to start with that. The quantum suit leggings are really, really nice, though. So I definitely don't mind starting with those. But I'm going to need, I can never remember, it's iron, bronze, and tin. Okay, so for the quantum legs, we're going to need 2 iridium reinforced plates. Each of these require 4 iridium ore or iridium ingots, and these can be made in the compressor with 9 iridium shards. So I've already got 1 iridium ore here that actually came from a chest, but these other ones, there's 7, yeah, okay. So we're going to need 63 iridium shards, and then that 1 ore. Alright, let's go ahead and just dump these into the compressor. There we go. And then we are going to need to get our Lapotron crystals. Actually, I've got the... Oh, I need the advanced control circuit. Whoops. Okay, let me go grab those real quick. I'm going to need lapis and glowstone. Okay, so there's 4 advanced circuits. And then we can get our Lapotron crystals. There's 2 of those. And then we just need, let's see, I think we just need the, the iridium plates now. So let's check our compressor. There's 7 of those ores. And we'll get our 2 iridium reinforced plates. And then we can get our quantum suit legs. There we go. And we'll go ahead, toss those into there. And it's going to start charging those up. We can pretty much get rid of our nano suit legs at this point. Quantum suit is better. Nano suit brings you fairly close to 100% damage reduction. Quantum suit takes you above the 100% damage reduction. So we'll definitely be upgrading to this. Also, the quantum suit legs, as well as all the quantum suit pieces, have some really nice features. Quantum suit legs, if you hit control to sprint, like look at this, super speed with the quantum suit legs. So that's going to make getting around the base so much better. Like, it's going to be so handy. It does use a little bit of EU to sprint, but it's not really that much. So I'm going to have to let these things charge, or I'm going to have to let this thing build up. I mean, it has 40 million EU storage, which is enough, of course, to cold charge all 4 pieces of nanosuit if it's filled. So we can sprint around like a madman now. But hopefully we'll get the other 3 pieces before too long. I would like to get my hands on the other 3 of those, but IC2 we're definitely getting down to the nitty gritty at this point. It's basically like the really OP stuff that we're moving into. So, anyways, I know it's about wrapping up point for this episode. I feel like we got quite a bit done, so I am going to end it out here. Next episode, I think we're going to switch gears from IC2 for like an episode or 2 and do a little bit of our Harvest Craft and Ice and Fire stuff. Because I would like to, ideally I would like to kind of wrap up all 3 of those mods around the same time, because we're going to be wrapping up IC2 before too long. And after we finish up IC2, we're going to move into probably Forestry, Immersive Engineering, and Thaumcraft. Of course, Thaumcraft has been something that I've wanted to hit since early on, and I would like to start that up, and then Immersive Engineering and Forestry. It kind of makes sense, I do believe, if we tackle those 3 next. I think that'll be our next objectives, is these 3, after we finish up our 3 current mods. So, and it's kind of nice because Forestry is kind of replacing Harvestcraft, which is kind of like our utility mod, sort of. Immersive Engineering is kind of replacing IC2 is kind of our tech mod, and Thaumcraft's kind of replacing Ice and Fire as maybe magic mod, you know, like Ice and Fire, of course, is more of a creature mod, but we do still have a couple episodes of stuff for ice and fire. So mainly taming and breeding and stuff. One day we'll probably run across a Cyclops, but I'm not going to go out of my way looking for it. We'll eventually find one, I'm sure. As well as trolls and, you know, some other little things like that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. I hope the echo didn't bother you guys too much. Hopefully we'll be in our new house before too long, and it won't be too much of an issue whenever that time comes. So, anyways, I will see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.